بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا رسول الله محمد بن عبد الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه وبعد. Continuation with the undesirable acts of the prayer, makruhat as-salah, things against the preference in salah. Tonight inshallah we'll cover a few things. One of them is to pray and in front of you a man or woman. There is different ways to be behind a man or woman. In all cases, if there is a woman in front of you, facing you or giving you her back, and is not one of your maharim, it's undesirable prayer. And if she is praying, she's praying in front of you and you're praying in the back, according to our school of practice in Hanafi, your prayer will be invalid. Your prayer will be invalid because there is a woman in front of you making ruku' and making sujood and you are watching this. If there is a man in front of you and you are praying even by yourself, there is two ways. He is facing you or he is facing the direction of Al-Qibla. Then you can see his back. If he's facing the direction of Al-Qibla, like you are watching me, I am in front of you, you cannot see my face, you see my back, and first line with the second line with the third line, or like, for example, Murad and Muhammad Hassan, in this case, he's praying and he's in front of him and he's giving him his back. He can see the back only. In this case, also according to the vast majority of scholars, the prayer is valid and nothing wrong. But if it's the opposite, I am standing in front of you and you are praying, then you can't see my face. I am watching you, you are praying and you are praying. In this case, according to the vast majority of scholars, the prayer is undesirable. It's makruh. Why it's makruh? Because when you are doing your sujood and ruku', there is the scene itself looks like you are making ruku' and sujood for this person. And your sujood, it might be close to his feet. This is an image of like kings. They stand and people they bow down for them. In this case, because of the resemblance of this scenario, it's makruh. We don't have a straight hadith. We have a hadith da'if in Musnad al-Imam al-Bazzar from Sayyidina Ali ibn Abi Talib that Nabi alayhi salatu salam saw someone praying and someone was facing him. And Nabi alayhi salatu salam told him, go and repeat your prayer. But this is hadith da'if, but we have another report in al-Bukhari, is not from Nabi alayhi salatu salam, that Sayyiduna Uthman ibn Affan, as a companion, he said, I don't like someone to pray facing someone else. Why? Because in this case you are given impression that you are praying for this person.
Sheikh, when you are giving a khutbah like now, those people are there, are they okay or they are not okay?
As if they are here, no,
Okay,
they are not okay.
You have to be 90 degrees.
Yes, you have to be facing this person.
Okay.
But I am in the Qibla and they are facing the Qibla, there is nothing wrong. But if someone standing here and also I am standing, I'm standing. In this case, it's undesirable. Also undesirable to pray where there is a discussion around you. There is someone talking to you or talking to someone else. There is a conversation taking place and you are praying. It's undesirable because it's very hard to concentrate. It's very hard to concentrate. In this case, just you are moving up and down and you don't have full concentration. And this is according to the vast majority Hanafi and Shafi'i and Hanbali. However, Ahnaf, they said it will be undesirable if you did lose your focus. And most likely you will lose your focus. You will not be able, especially if you know what is, you can understand the language, because it will attract your ears, it will attract your thinking about what's being said. In this case, some people are praying in front of the TV, and the TV show is taking place and they are praying. It's very hard to take your concentration away from what's going on, and you are praying or listening to a music. Regardless if your opinion in the music, halal or haram or makruh, regardless, but at least the music will disturb your concentration. In this case, also they said undesirable. It's not prohibited as far as you are doing the pillars, standing, ruku' and sujood, even if you did not say anything. But we are talking about perfection. There is a hadith that the Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam said, لا تصلوا خلف النائم ولا المتحدث. Don't pray in front of the sleeping person or the one who is talking. Yani I'm giving the speech and someone praying in front of me. This is undesirable. And also the Hanabila, just the Hanabila, is not the others, the vast majority is against, but the Hanabila said also it's undesirable to pray if someone is sleeping in front of you. This only for Salatul Janazah. But other than that, you don't sleep while someone is laying down in front of you. And they use this hadith that I just reported, don't pray and in front of you someone is lying down, sleeping. However, this was not the case. Nabi alayhi salatu salam did pray, and the Sayyidah Aisha was sleeping. We have also hadith more authentic that the Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam was praying and she was sleeping, and actually her feet, they were in the Qibla. When he does his sujood, he moves. And this hadith also, this hadith is very important because we understand many things from the hadith. One of them, again, is the opinion of the Shafi'i. Shafi'i, they said, when you touch the women, any woman, including your own women, your wudu is invalid. But Nabi alayhi salatu was praying and moving the feet of Sayyidah Aisha, for this requires touching, and he was not wearing gloves. Hadith did not say this. In this case, also it's in response to this issue that touching the woman, touching the woman is very hard. And he said, when he finished his prayer, he asked her to wake up to do the witr before the end of the night. Another issue, still have 5 minutes. This is very important. Praying and before you or you are facing a fire. Facing a fire, or you are facing a light. It could be a light like a candle. It could be the fireplace in the direction of al-Qibla, fireplace. It could be just people, they are making some lights, extra lights in the mihrab, in the Qibla. Or the real fire. You are in a winter and people doing some barbecue or something, and you are praying. So what is the Islamic ruling about this? Maliki and Hanbali, they said it's undesirable to make your prayers and you are facing any kind of fire, even if it's just a candle. Because this is a resemblance of the practice of the Majus. The Majus.
Fire worship.
Zoroastrians.
Huh?
Zoroastrians.
Majus, actually, we know them when we are talking about Majus, we think only about worshipping fires. No, it's more complicated than this. It's the Majus, Majus, they have three major stages, but in summary, they were believing in two gods, one for evil and one for goodness. And most of them, they said the one who, and moon and sun, and the one who's representing the evil is the shaitan, and they were worshipping the shaitan as a powerful, because he's in control of evil, and sometimes you have to avoid evil, then you will appeal to who? According to their belief, the god of the evil, the shaitan, and this is why they were worshipping the shaitan. And the shaitan is fire. This is why in their practice they were worshipping the moon because it's calmness, and also they were worshipping the fire as a reflection of the shaitan. But the scholars, the Muslim scholars, had different understanding for the reality of the what they were worshipping. They were worshipping the flames, or they were worshipping the cause of the flames. It's very important to understand. We have the cause of the flames. For example, to get the flames, you have to have what? The cause of the flames, like charcoal. Without this, you cannot have flames. You have to have a wood to ignite the fire in it. For Hanafi, they said they were not worshipping the flames. They were worshipping the cause. Shaitan is the cause. The flames is the reflection. In this, Hanafi, they said there is nothing wrong to pray and there is a flames in front of you, because this is not the ilah, the god of the Majus. But it's undesirable to pray and there is what they call it, embers?
Embers.
Yeah, the embers in front of you. This is the cause of the flame. This is undesirable according to an Hanafi. Why? Because they understood it this way. طبعا when we say embers, should be still hot, not the cold one, not the cold one. For the Ahnaf, they said it's okay to pray even if there is. Why? It's very important to understand this, because according to the other opinion, it's undesirable to pray even if there is a light. If there is a light in front of you, in reality, they didn't worship lights. But if we need, for example, to put extra light like this on the top, according to Maliki and Hanbali, it's undesirable. But it's according to the Hanafi, no, it's okay, because we don't have the resemblance of tashabbuh with the Majus. The Majus, they were not worshipping this. They were worshipping the material itself, which is referring to the shaitan. So we have Hanafi, Maliki and Hanbali, they said any light. It should not be in the Qibla. The prayer is still valid, but it's undesirable. Hanaf, they said no, it's just a specific one, which is the embers only. Any other lights, it's okay. And we have also the opinion of the Zahiri. They said nothing wrong with all of this. At the end of the day, if you don't have intention to pray to this, then you are not praying to this. And you can use the safe side and not to pray in front of the fireplace. However, I believe that there is no strong evidence behind this. There is no strong evidence praying towards this. If you don't have intention to do this, then you are not worshipping. Why? Because people, they are using this to make it, and we'll come to it maybe down the road. They said if there is a pillars, this masjid has no pillars here in the middle, like the Turkish style. But there is a masajid, they have pillars, the Qurtuba Mosque, many pillars. Also they said it's undesirable to pray to the pillar. Then what should we do in Jum'ah? Someone has to be, or otherwise will disconnect. Will have disconnected lines when it comes to the. So I will not pray here. I will not pray, and you skip the pillar and you move. This is worse than. For someone has to pray to this, and also they take it from the image of that you are facing a pillar like you are facing a status. If you don't have intention to do this, you are facing the wall in a way, right? You are facing a wall. Sometimes also, if you are in open area, they said it's good to use something like a pillar to pray to, right? We call it in Arabic sutra.
Sutra, yeah.
Sutra. For sometimes use sutra as maybe a trunk of tree or a chair. For those who are allowing the chairs to be sutra, some people they deny this. Then you are praying to the chair, and you are not praying to the one who's in front of you. And the Imam is sutra for everyone. You are not praying to the Imam. The analysis will take us from one to another. In reality, what is the intention of all of this? Yeah, yes, the image, it looks like this, the practice of the. But we need a specific and a clear-cut hadith to say don't do this. Other than that, we should not keep giving scenarios. And Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam told us not to pray on the time of the sunrise and sunset. Just that's it. But in reality, there is a sunrise and sunset all the time. All the time. But for us, our time of sunset, we take it because the Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam said it. Not because of the other things. Why? Because of the other things, people worshipping the sun when it rises and the sun when it sets. There is always sunrise and sunset, right? Always. Because of the time difference. Then we should stop praying at all, not to resemble them. No, for us, we talk it because the Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam told us not to pray. Take a break in this time. But he did not tell us in a clear-cut hadith about the other things. Is it clear? Inshallah, we'll continue next week if you don't have any questions.
Just a quick question. So, in terms of the position facing, sometimes in Ramadan, when you sit here and you're facing actually this way, opposing to this way, that is also permissible. So you're not facing people who are praying in this direction.
Oh yes, for the it's good if you are just according to this analysis. The end analysis, we said nothing wrong, nothing wrong, because Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam was praying and Aisha was sleeping. So this is a clear-cut evidence that no obstacle. But regardless if I'm sitting, facing you, facing the other direction, it's all has no solid ground to make it even undesired. But in this case, if you'd like to take it literally, then try to avoid someone is sitting in front of you. Unless he's facing the Qibla.
When I was in New York, in the Turkish mosque, which is the Sufi, they light up the candles in Ramadan on the east side of the, mihrab.
Yeah, it's
So-
always.
That's what,
Yeah, and this, we said Hanafi, we don't have a problem in this, because this is not what it meant in the, we have two pillars, even in the major masajid. If you went to Turkey, you'll see one pillar here, one pillar there, and they have light on the top. So in Hanafi, we don't have a problem with this. Yes, brother.
How about if any animals pass on the front of somebody running?
Animals or a human, it will not affect your prayers, except for that in Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam hadith, he said, يَقْطَعُ صَلَاةُ الرَّجُلِ ثَلَاثًا. Three things might disturb this, the right interpretation of the hadith, because some literalists take يَقْطَعُ صَلَاة means they make the prayer invalid. No, this is a wrong interpretation. يقطع صلاة الرجل means disturb you in the prayer, three things. The donkey walking in front of you, because the donkey usually they have loud sound and bad smell, so they will take you away from the concentration. In addition that they might be scary because they hit with their legs, right? And the dogs, the second type dogs, they might be wild ones, huh? They might attack you. So they will take you away from the concentration. And the third one, women, and women, because of the attractions. They would like to, some people, they would like to look at them and see how beautiful they are, or they are not, at least to figure out. But this will also affect your concentration for this, but it doesn't mean that your prayer is invalid. No, يقطع صلاة الرجل means the affect the focus. Affect the focus. Sayyida Aisha did not, the hadith sahih. Sayyida Aisha said, what's wrong with you? You made us equal to the animals. Means women. يقطع صلاة الرجل ثلاثة المرأة والكلب والحمار. He said you made us equal to the animals, and this shouldn't be. This is not shouldn't be. And by the way, the hadith said المرأة did not make a distinction between your own wife or someone strange, your own sister or someone strange. No one will look at his mother in a way that will affect his prayer. But means this, they are walking in front of you, they will affect your focus. They will affect your focus. Yes.
On Jummah Khutbah, when Jummah Khutbah is going on, can anyone pray Sunnah?
There is two opinions about it. Our Mazhab in Hanafi and Malik also, they said if the Imam took his position, there is no more prayers. Because the obligation of the time to listen to the speech. يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا نودي للصلاة من يوم الجمعة فاسعوا إلى ذكر الله. فاسعوا إلى, it's an order, right? Go and listen to the dhikr. What is the dhikr? The speech of the Jum'ah. Then he did not say go and. What is the fard of the time? The fard of the time?
Listen to the khutbah.
Listening. What you are doing is what? Sunnah. Which one should abrogate the other? Sunnah abrogate the fard, or fard abrogates the sunnah? Fard abrogates the sunnah. Then listening to the speech, it will abrogate giving tahiyyah to the masjid or anything else. Okay? They said, and this is why Hanafi and Malik, they said no. There is a hadith not highly authenticated. إذا صعد الإمام فلا صلاة ولا كلام. If the Imam took his position, there is no more prayer, there is no more talk. It's not highly authenticated, but the understanding of the verse is enough. فَاسْعَوْا إِلَى ذِكْرِ اللَّهِ means listen, this is your obligation. Listen to the speech. Anything else other than listening to the speech, you are not in compliance with the fard. Hanbali and Shafi'i, they said you pray tahiyyat al-masjid, and they use hadith that Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam saw someone coming late, and he told him stand up and do, and he sat down. So he told him stand up and do 2 rak'ah. But we have a reply to this because Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam knew from the wahy that this person did not pray Fajr. And he thought that he is not important to do it since he's busy with Jum'ah, and Nabi alayhi salatu told him go and do the fard. Because Fajr is fard and listening to that speech is fard. But not praying Fajr now, it will because once he did Jum'ah, there is no time for Fajr. He has to do things in order. So I told him start first with praying your obligation, which is this just single incident. Single incidents can't be an evidence that everyone should come and pray while the Imam is giving his speech in Jum'ah.
Sure. When you are giving the speech and we pray here, the Sunnah and the Witr, that we
Now, yeah, it's according to the Hanafi, it's undesirable. It's undesirable. Why? Because they said there is a lot of disturbance. A lot of disturbance for your focus. But Hanafi, they said, if you can focus very well in your prayer, not to be affected by the speech around you, then there is it's okay.
Any news on Mohsin's daughter?
No, I didn't get any update.
Hisham Hijazi?
Yeah, there is news.